Trying to breathe. All right. Welcome, folks. Opening spiel. I am Nathan P. Butler. This is my YouTube channel. This is the Battlefront Livestream podcast. Not a podcast in its format. In the sense that it's not an audio file you're downloading somewhere. It is a live stream. More of a vodcast to some degree, but basically it's live stream, more about the discussion with either people in the chat or guests or just commentary with what I'm doing. More so than it is about the actual gameplay itself, but the gameplay makes a nice backdrop for it and discussion piece. I, of course, am Nathan P. Butler. I am the author of A Saga on Home Video, a fan's guide to U.S. Star Wars home video releases, which you can find on Amazon. I'm also one of the two hosts of Star Wars Beyond the Films, which I host with Mark Herleman, and of Cloud City Casino, which I host with Michael Morris, both over at StarWarsReport.com. I am the creator-compiler of the Star Wars Timeline Gold, the most comprehensive Star Wars chronology available anywhere at over 3,100 pages. 20th Anniversary Edition just came out. And yeah, a Battlefront 2 player at this point. Hey, James, good to see you again. Whew. I took about a 10-15 minute break, and in the midst of it, my nose started bleeding. My nose has been really just raw feeling the last few days. I don't know if it's just the change of weather down in Georgia or not, but I'm just kind of like, oh! So I wasn't sure I was going to get back in time to meet that 25 after target, but close enough, right? Hello, Connor. Whew. All right, so when last I was streaming, which was like 15 minutes ago, one of the things that I completed was the Sentry. The thing where you have to get X number of kills, I think it's 50 kills, with the Sentry gun for the heavy to be able to get that particular milestone knocked out. So I'm going to do a quick check and see what milestones are left that I want to focus in on. Vanguard is killing me. That's the most difficult one. But I'm almost halfway as far as the 500 assault kills. Heavy, I still need to do about 15 more impact grenade kills. Still doing Defender. Until I can switch out that card. Almost to the 200 heavy kills, which is just going to get me a gun I've already got, plus the 200 credits from that whole Elite Trooper Edition thing. I don't know, what is this? The turret for the officer. Infiltration I've barely used for specialist. And I want to say, yeah, I can get the night vision eventually for the FWMB. I guess having a bloody nose is also affecting my throat, so I'm like... Alright, so I'll jump back in with the frickin' heavy again for a little bit. But let me see what my Starfighter stuff is so I can jump into that, and if it's not lagging, play some of that. Still working on the aces. Oh yeah, and then it's all just... after you get past the... 20 kill not 20 kills. After you get past the number of kills for the first one and onto the second number of kills, I mean, there's not really a whole lot of stuff you can do with each individual regular class. Everything else has to do with being the hero class. Thankfully, I'm able to get the hero ships a little more easily than I get the heroes in regular multiplayer. Defeat 25 heroes with fighter ship class. Guess I should be playing more fighter. 50 enemies using dual proton torpedoes. And then the ones for them. Okay, so for now we'll jump into Galactic. Okay. Probably do a shorter one this time because I do need to actually eat a meal. I just ran and dumped a bunch of leftover turkey into a bowl, zapped it for like 30 seconds, threw some salt and pepper on it, munched it, grabbed a drink, Mountain Dew Holiday Brew, which is basically just Mountain Dew and Code Red slammed together, and then jumped back on. Best fighter type? I tend to prefer the Interceptor in this one. But fighter's pretty good too. I'm just not a big fan of the bomber. Favorite Jedi? I'm partial to Cade Skywalker and Ulic Qel-Droma myself. Both of which are legends at this point. Come on, you can do it! Load! I still feel like no matter how few times Naboo shows up in the rotation, Naboo is the one that I'm less exciting to see, you know, because or less excited to see because it was in the beta. Ugh. You realize that I haven't seen it, right? And I only said like over and over again on the last stream that I haven't seen it, then I won't be seeing it until tomorrow night, right? So I have no opinion on it because I haven't seen it. Let's see, so sentry gun's done. I need to do impact grenade kills and then just regular kills. Preferably with this gun because I need to... Oh, you did not, you mother... You are now on my shit list, son! Ah, I'm gonna die anyway. I'm somebody else, right? Yep. Spend all that time getting to that guy to knock him out, and somebody else comes around the corner. Who has stolen my thunder. Okay. Yeah, the idea that the crystals have like a connection to the Force and are almost alive has always struck me as kind of weird since they introduced it in canon. But it is what it is, so we're kind of stuck with it. Whoa! Damn it! I missed. And now I'm getting shot in the ass from across the street. And I'm pretty sure I've answered before, yes, that I think that Flash would freeze him. Or that Kylo would freeze him. Depends on if he's able to move fast enough to somehow break it. Exile. Oh, you mean the, I know what you mean. In the new Darth Vader series? In The Chosen One? Yeah. Kind of weird. Although I do think it's cool that if you look at, the holocron that Luke checks out, I think it's in Showdown on the Smuggler's Moon if I remember right. If you look at that hologram and the message that's in it, it becomes obvious in the Darth Vader comics that it's Jocasta Nu giving the message because we see her recording that exact message in the newest arc. It's kind of cool. Stop trying to shoot me, you prick! I mean, I know that's kind of like what the point is of the game, but still. Killed by a gunship while inside a container. Okay, whatever. A movie about Vader after Return of the Jedi? So a movie about him as a ghost? Basically? Oh, after Revenge of the Sith, yeah. It'd be funny if it was after Return of the Jedi, though. It'd be like The Frighteners 2. You could like bring back Michael J. Fox.
Squad assignment accepted.
I mean, really, a Darth Vader ghost story couldn't be any worse than the new Ghostbusters movie, so, you know.
Systems damage to the MTT.
But and you could film it in Atlanta, and you could get Tyler Perry to take part in it, and it could be like the title could be Boo, a Medea and Vader Halloween. Yeah, the villains in the first Vader series were pretty meh. And the fact that I mean, I don't think anybody realized at the end of the first arc that that was going to be the main villains for the entire series, and then it turned out that they were, and you're like, oh wow, they kind of suck. But at least that was a series that gave us Aphra, so it's somewhat okay. Explosive! Get over there! Oh! Thermal Imploder. I want to... Oh, that's the Wookiee dude, the Enforcer that I never play as that has it, I guess. Hayden Christensen returning as Vader. In what, though? I mean, if it was in... But I mean, I don't know, because it's just be somebody in a suit. You'd need somebody to do the voice, because, I mean, James Earl Jones does the voice of Vader, so... And it's not like we're going to see the person outside the suit, so... In that case, why would he come back? I mean, he would come back so he can't be seen, so he's just wearing a suit and running around? I can't see him doing that. Then again, I mean, I'm not exactly sure where his career is at this point. Have not been paying attention. Well, I mean, we've already seen... I mean, they did the whole healing chamber thing already without needing Christensen for Rogue One. But they didn't do it much.
Sometimes I amaze even myself.
New enemy. Threat level maximum.
That doesn't sound too hard, says Leia to Han's little introduction thing there.
Reporting subsystem failure.
Why does he live on Mustafar? It's a place. It's a out of the way place. It's a reminder of what he lost and gives him sort of the rage aspect. Plus, we know that there was already a Sith base there, because that's where Palpatine / Sidious took the kids that were kidnapped early in the Clone Wars. So there's already a Sith connection to some degree. Uh-oh, it's Han Solo. Wait a second. Oh, I keep doing that. Because I'm playing in first person instead of third, I'm forgetting what frickin' side I'm on. I'm just killing whatever shows up as the right color. And really, you should not kill based on color, because that's racist as hell. Whoop! There. Now I at least see myself as the dancing bottom droid as I run. Ah.
Clones are firing on the transport.
Dead. Vader beating Flash depends on context of the fight, I guess.
I'm ready to go.
Let's see. Yeah, I'm a vertical bathtub, pretty much, yeah. You know, Connor, that's an interesting question. I'm assuming that if Rian Johnson is helming the new trilogy, that there'll probably be some level of connection to the sequel trilogy. So probably something later, or something that is set earlier in the timeline but somehow addresses stuff hinted at, maybe, in Last Jedi. It's hard to say, you know, because after you get past that point, I mean, there's not really a natural point of here's what the next story is that needs to be told, you know. Although, remember, Lucas did at one time talk about Star Wars as a series that would begin with A New Hope and have 12 episodes total, 11 of them being after A New Hope. So there have been points at which there was thought of some such thing. Live-action series? Don't know. The fact that it's going to be a series that's exclusive to that paid streaming service makes it kind of an unknown. Like, I would have said something that's a little more person-based than effects-based, so to speak. Like something that's a little more self-contained because of the costs involved for making a TV series versus the profit you can make off a TV series. But that's not the case with a streaming service where you have to pay for a subscription. So they may be able to afford something more elaborate, like, for instance, what CBS has done with CBS All Access and Star Trek Discovery, or the Marvel stuff that Netflix is able to do. So kind of hard to say. But hopefully something that gives them enough freedom to really go all out, kind of the way that Rebels does, because we don't know the fates of all the characters, rather than being something like Clone Wars, where most of the major characters, we knew their fates already. So they couldn't really do a lot of particularly daring stuff with them. Uncle Palpatine taking the kids to Mustafar, that's in the Clone Wars, the cartoon series. It's in Children of the Force, I believe. It's early in season 2, if I remember correctly.
MTT taking damage.
Have never played Homeworld. Wait, Homeworld? As a Star Wars game? I've never heard of a Star Wars game named Homeworld at all.
Systems damage to the MTT.
I am just, my nose is just, it feels so weird right now. It's like it doesn't know if it wants to be bloody or just be annoying. And right now it's just being bloody annoying. I see what you did there. Hey, if you want to rewatch them, you know, you could always do the Patreon thing, and the $5 pledge a month gets you access as a denizen of the Butlerniverse, and you get my audio commentaries that are being released for the Clone Wars in chronological order. And other, but Clone Wars being the main one right now. Did he just say God or God? Because if he said God, I'm not sure that battle droids have a God, do they?
Gah! Transport is taking damage.
Gah!
I thank you for bringing this to my attention.
What are you looking at? I know what I'm doing.
The MTT is in position.
Resistance and prepare for phase 2.
Exterminate. Exterminate. By your command. There is a point at which a battle droid says by your command, but I forget where it was. Whoa, 535. 535. Ugh, eyes. Mine eyes. Let's go. I think I understand why they had to have like tactical droids that were in charge of the droid army. Because if you had organics in charge of the droid army who had to listen to droid army banter constantly, they would kill themselves. So you had to have a droid leading the droid army. At least in like a day-to-day situation. I didn't mean to shoot you.
I can handle myself.
Or I should say something like I just got promoted or something, right? I got promoted. I think Batman will be on Flash at some point. I doubt it. At least as long as Gotham is going. I think there are rights issued that come up there. I think. I'm not 100% sure on that one.
Overriding West Door control systems.
Well, because from a political standpoint, you got to be able to convince people that the Empire is, you know, good and just, and we just won this war against the enemy. Well, if you don't shut down the droids, it makes it look like you're sympathizing with the enemy or you're allowing the enemy to still be out there, so yeah. I'll have to look that up. Is Homeworld Remastered is it a fan-made game? Or a mobile game? My fear with Flash time traveling into Gotham is that he would like time travel to Gotham and the timeline would break, not because of anything Barry did this time, but because Gotham can't seem to figure out what decade it's set in terms of the technology it uses. Like everybody's running around with like flip phones and stuff, but then other stuff is modern and other stuff is like from the 80s. They can't quite figure out when it's set. Hello, EK.
Unidentified enemy.
Grabbed a copy of the book to show on this stream. And I did finally, by the way, I went in there between streams to grab that book I was talking about last time I said I'd show, Star Wars on Trial. That's the one I was talking about where, like, for instance, let's see. Charge number 2. While claiming mythic significance, Star Wars portrays no admirable religious or ethical beliefs. For the prosecution, John C. Wright has an essay. For the defense, Scott Lynch has an essay. And it goes through 8 charges, closing statements, a verdict, an introduction, opening statements. It's actually a really kind of cool way of presenting that sort of thing. So, you know, decent enough. Okay. Almost to the point where I've taken enough damage as Defender to knock that one out. 14 more impact grenade kills needed. 40 more kills for that one. Yeesh. Gotta keep going. Gotta keep going. I would like to say an Old Republic era TVs. Or, oh, yeah. I think something set like in the far past would be cool. I would not want to just see, hey, let's do a story about Star Wars gangsters and stuff. I mean, that'd be fine, but not as interesting. Well, if it's a community game, then it's probably I mean, I've never heard of Star Wars Homeworld, and I'm pretty up on all but the mobile games for Star Wars. Let's find out. Let's do.
This is about you, not me.
Shut up, Siri. Answer this question. Star Wars Homeworld game. Excuse me. Let's see what Siri finds. Sorry, I couldn't find anything called Star Wars Homeworld game. Okay, well, apparently she had trouble with that, so I'll have to look again in a little bit.
Best bet, we stop the advancing MTT before.
Where you going?
Got an arsenal of ion disruptors that you can
Where you
enjoy.
going?
If we fail, well, then
Okay.
it gets ugly.
Uh-oh, some motherfucker shooting at me. Yep, dead. Steam Workshop. Steam Workshop is community, I think. Let's find out. Steam Workshop.
Sorry.
You are useless tonight, Siri. For real. She said you couldn't find anything on that either. I think Steam, if I remember right, Steam Workshop is for like people to try their hand at making games and putting stuff out there.
Ion disruptor on target.
I'm betting it's fan. Oh shit! Yeah, I'm betting it's fan made. I couldn't even see him.
Got your back.
Oh, get out of the way!
Grenade out! Move forward!
I got that it's on a computer. It just so it'd be a PC, so it would go through Steam, but I don't know. I'd have to actually research it, but that would require getting up. Unless I, yeah, I can only really do anything looking it up on my phone while I'm sitting here because my computer's over there.
Right, get it down!
Die! Oh, come on! I just need to start aiming at the heads. I keep aiming at just wherever my gun happens to be pointed. Favorite Batman movie? Either Begins or I Kid You Not Forever.
On a grenade!
Damn it. I was backed up into something. I was trying to roll backwards and he wouldn't roll. So I must have been up against the corner of that little deck looking thing.
Enemy has crossed waypoint Alpha. Withdraw to secondary position.
Whoa! I never do think to use my shield. And then it winds up not really doing me any good anyway. Let's see if I can do that while this is... I'll type it in. Star Wars Homeworld as one name. Okay, there we go. it's finding. Okay. It looks like it's a mod of some
Transport
kind.
shields cracking. Covering fire. Go!
Nice shooting, Tex. I don't think you hit anything.
Grenade! Got your back, brothers.
At least I hit like one thing. Get out the way! Manually turn that one off. Hey guys, check it out. Hey, look! We're gonna play the objective for once, okay? Okay, here we go. Look, guys, I'm playing the objective. Isn't it great? Oh, shit, there's explosions. It's okay. Here we go. Out of range. No. It's okay. You gotta defend me, guys. There it is. Just gotta get around the corner. Here we go. Ready? I'm gonna die. Oh, but at least I got the shot off before I died. What is a mod? A mod is a modification. It is basically somebody creates a game that has nothing to do with Star Wars, for instance, but it's a PC game that allows users to create their own content, whether legally or illegally, just based on the way that it's programmed. So users create content, download those files for free because they're just user-made content, usually free, and then they just drop them into, they either use an installer to actually add it into the game, or they just drop them into a directory for the game, depending on how they're designed. And that allows you to essentially modify a store-bought legal game, or like a free fan-made game or something, that's not licensed, to basically alter the game to do something else with it. So it's kind of like DLC, but it's fan-made and it's usually free and it's like self-created by the community. So what sometimes happens, in fact what often happens, is you'll have a game that has nothing to do with Star Wars, right? And it's on PC. And somebody will come in and they will create, they'll take elements from that game on the PC where they've got all the different files easily accessible, and they'll start modifying and tweaking them to essentially create, say, Star Wars skins for the characters to wear, or change out the sound effects of, say, a gunshot for a blaster shot. And in doing so, they create essentially a mod or a modified version of that game that is now Star Wars themed, that they can then call a Star Wars game even if it's not actually a Star Wars game, if that makes sense. It's basically another game playing dress up, to an extent. It's the way you could describe it. Which one of my books? I would say a Saga on Home Video, because that's all me. But that's sort of my thing, because that's my favorite like genre of collecting stuff, is the home video stuff. But that's just me. That's just personal preference. If you're big on, depending on what else you're big on, those other three would work well. You get the first one being the one with the films and TV, the next one being comics, the next one being novels. It's just that those are ones that I've had just the one essay in each. Whoa! 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 Run! Run, 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 run. How's you doing? Uh-oh! Shit! It's not good for that long-range fire. Whew. Uh-oh! That's one of my guys. Superman or Batman actor? I'm partial to Tom Welling for Superman. And Batman really kind of depends. I think Michael Keaton was pretty good.
No use stopping that MTT now. Fall back position. Withdraw to the palace. We haven't lost yet.
Kevin Conroy's voice is the iconic one, but he doesn't really look the part.
The dark side is powerful.
The dark side.
Who's that leading the droids? Can't quite see.
Use your macro binoculars, dumbass. Who's that leading the droids? I can't quite see. Use your macro binoculars. Uh-oh. Come on, somebody step up to the doorway so I can throw a grenade at you. I need to get some more grenade kills. Kilmer was good, I think. I mean, I like Forever. Oh, yeah! How you like that? Whoa-oh!
Hostile action.
Scratch my ear.
Let's go. We have re-secured the west door controls.
Proof that clone armor somehow stops the effects of gravity. Whee! Ow! Didn't hurt at all because I was running as I did it. I don't think that's how gravity works.
Ally on site. A lot of firepower.
Oh, and a guy right outside the door kills me as I'm shooting away. George Clooney was all right as Bruce Wayne. He just sucked as Batman.
Back at it. They have control of the west station. Gotta win this another way.
And Val Kilmer made a decent Batman, but he made kind of a horrible Bruce Wayne, seemed like. Because then the movies would be very, very short.
This will be a day long remembered.
Damn it!
Doors unsealing. Fall back to the throne room.
Ah! Fall back! Fall back!
All right. We hold
Fall
back
back!
those long enough. We can get reinforcements. Throne room doors are sealing. Protect the control stations and keep the enemy
And then
out.
you remember that the first arcade mission is Darth Maul tearing through, or the first Dark Side arcade mission is Darth Maul just tearing through clones in the throne room, and you're feeling like, I don't feel safe here, man. I don't feel safe. I know it's Darth Maul. My fears are coming true. He froze me in place that fast. And yet I still got killed by the rocket droid, not by Kylo Ren. So, you know, at least he didn't get the kill, I guess. Hey, guys. Ain't that our brother? Boba Fett? Well, I'll be snookered. Whoa, 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 whoa,
They're pushing us out.
whoa. Oh, I got an assist on it. Uh-oh. Okay, that's ours. We got the best throne room. We have the best battles. We have the best battle droids. The battle is huge. Huge, I tell you. Believe me. Believe me. Ah, what the crap was that?
Here is the path to the dark side.
Alright, we got Yoda coming, guys.
Republic sent an ally.
Watch where you step so you don't step on him. The funny thing, of course, about the Bigley thing is that he didn't actually say Bigley. Like, Trump doesn't say Bigley. The thing that they quoted him as Bigley was him saying Big League. But he doesn't frickin' enunciate, so he's actually, when he said Big League, it was taken as Big Lee and became like this ongoing thing. It's gonna be Big Lee. I only chew Big League Chew. That's my favorite gum.
Those droids are following someone. Can't ID.
You couldn't even have him do that kind of thing, because with Trump, you know, it'd be something like, "I'm chewing Big League Chew. Oh hey, I like that. I like that Jerry Seinfeld. He's a Big League Jew." Like, no, you can't say that. You can't say that, Donald. Damn. Gotta stop with that shit, Donald. Are you offering me a job?
Sometimes I amaze even myself.
That was lucky.
And?
I think I can handle myself.
Okay. So even when they use the emotes and talk on this mode, their lips move. Unlike Aiden half the time in the campaign, where her lips don't move if you actually look at the character model when it's not in a cutscene. Which is some bullshnikey. Okay. Yahoo! Mother frickin'. I will kill all. Oh, wow. I died real quick with that one. And the sequel trilogy ends fast.
Squads, move in. Sweep and secure.
Run! Run! Kill them all! Ah! General Skywalker, why?
Together.
My ally is force.
Kill them all! Let the Force sort them out! I'm getting damage with them, but I'm not actually killing anyone. Yeah, pretty good. Battlefront TV series, maybe following some troopers or something. But then you know the troopers would have to somehow turn and join the rebels or some crap halfway into it. Because we can't do anything daring and actually leave it daring. I'm looking at you, Battlefront 2! Whoa! Overtime! And it's over! We won bigly.
Nicely done, boys. Nicely
Bigly.
done. Separatists are falling back and our fleet's arriving in system. I'd call this a
Okay, I think I see what I think I see the game you're talking about. So apparently there's a game called Homeworld. Okay? And there are mods that have been made by fans of both Homeworld and of Star Wars, where they created fan-made skins and such and planets for the Homeworld game. So it is a fan-made mod for Homeworld called Star Wars Warlords. But Homeworld is not originally a Star Wars game, so that's where it is. It's not a... Woohoo! It isn't a Star Wars game per se, it's just a mod, a fan-made mod. But go ahead and leave and get that, claim that reward, and see if I'm anywhere near getting another crate yet. Shadows of the Empire I thought was pretty cool. I mean, for its time, the game was mind-blowing, and it was cool to see them, interweave a game, a comic, and a novel. And it worked well as a bridge between Empire and Jedi. We actually did a whole retrospective episode about Shadows of the Empire on Cloud City Casino a couple years ago for its anniversary. Or maybe it was last year. I don't even remember. It all blurs together. Am I going to try to platinum Battlefront 2? Actually, I haven't even looked at the trophies to see what is required to do it. I might, but I'm more concerned with knocking out just the in-game milestones, which don't all necessarily correspond to trophies. And I've got a few platinums that I've gotten over the years, but I haven't focused on this. Like, I didn't want to do it for the original Battlefront because I hated all the single-player stuff mostly. Angry Video Game Nerds on Shadows of the Empire? I haven't. Actually, no, I bet you I did. It just would have been a long time ago. Alright. And... Ka-ching! So I can change out of Defender. Alright, so Impact Grenade, I'm still at 14. Left to go. Heavy kills, I'm getting there, but it's just going to give me the same thing I've already got and move me towards the next one. I do need to kill more with the turret. I need to kick up my officer kills, but that would still give me a gun I've already got. 40 kills with infiltration will keep me okay, I'm gonna do specialist and try to get the infiltration stuff done. Actually, let me see if there's any other infiltration. Nah, screw it. I'm gonna go on here. Specialist. Where's my specialist? Make sure my specialist is ready to go. And I'll do a little bit more, and then I'll wrap up when we get to about the hour mark. So maybe one more match or so, because I need to eat. Like, actually eat. Improve thermal binoculars. I finally finished that, and I don't care. Let's see. We got bodyguard, brawler, stinger, trip mine. Well, shit. Yeah, might as well leave it then. Okay, fine. So one more match. We'll call it a night. Trolley Company would be alright. Very disconnected. Nobody really cares about the characters. They could just die. Could they clone Han Solo if Harrison Ford wanted to come back? It'd be there'd be a lot of backlash because that'd probably be taken as kind of meh. But I guess in theory. Next stream, what is today? Tuesday? It all blurs together. Probably tomorrow, but it won't be the same time. It would have to be sometime probably late afternoon, ending by 7:30 Eastern.
With you.
Go, 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 go. I still think that this... Hang on, do an emote real quick. I still think that... Okay, that's a little bit weird. I still think they designed her to look at least somewhat like Jan Ors. I think that's kind of cool. Because Jan Ors was also in that comic that I wrote for Tales back in the day. It was basically... it helped explain the question of why, of all the different Star Wars couples pairing off, Kyle and Jan didn't get married at the time. I want to get 50 kills with this because I want to get a dual zoom for it because it's a pretty powerful sniper rifle. There's one that's more powerful than this one when it comes to damage of the initial shot, but it's pretty good. Except for the fact that I'm not really getting any kills because I'm trying to stay back here and shoot them, and nobody was even showing up initially. What was I needing to do as a specialist? Oh yeah, infiltration kills. So trying to sit back and use the sniper rifle isn't going to help me anyway.
At the field supply center, planning charges.
Huh. Yeah, I figured tomorrow I can, but it would have to be sometime before 7:30 Eastern. Same thing on Thursday, and then Friday I wouldn't be able to. Saturday I could, but it would be like during the day. Oh shit! And then Sunday would be kind of the same thing. Oh, eat shit! Drive up and run into me like you're some jackass on I-85.
Let's go together.
Friday night won't happen because my wife is off on Friday. And generally, if it's a weekday, it won't happen, except for Tuesdays, it won't happen after 7:30 Eastern. Because I tend to do it while my wife is still at work. This weekend, I believe she works, which would mean Saturday could be really any time during the day. But then Sunday, or no, sorry, it would be Saturday, it would have to be before 2 o'clock Eastern. And then Sunday, it would have to be, actually Sunday could be almost any time during the day. It's Sunday that would be the full one. It depends on what her schedule looks like, but I've got a pretty good idea of it. Because her weeks don't tend to vary that
I can
much.
handle myself.
It's a question of whether she works a weekend or not, how the end of the week works. Cool. Cute. Okay. Must remember to try to use infiltration. Not managing to do anything to really help myself right now. Must use infiltration. That would work better on the next part of this battle, though. Infiltration would, that is. Whoa, are you shooting me underneath? Oh, it was a turret. That's what it was. Okay. Oh, crap. Man, there's a turret over there, too. Shit. Okay, click.
Running scramble.
I'm probably not going to be able to do it. Damn it. Getting kills when it's something that can only be activated temporarily and then you got to run up on them like Vanguard and Infiltration are not my forte. Because if I get close enough to kill them initially and then activate it, the activation time screws me up because it takes so long to draw whatever that weapon is. And everybody's dead because that should have given them all radiation poisoning or burned them to a crisp. There must be like a force field or something around that you just can't see. Okay. And that, like I said, it got me absolutely nothing towards, you know, anything. So, yeah, and only 95 credits because it's short. El Saco Grande. At least the music is playing and it's nice and kind of... I'll tell you, the brightness of that loading screen is striking when you turn on HDR, which you can't have turned on when you're streaming, but it's crazy the difference between like the dark in the sides versus the brightness of the hologram-looking way that the characters are done there. If you haven't had a chance to see Battlefront played in HDR or to play Battlefront in HDR, you really should at some point, just to kind of get a feel for how HDR enhances the visuals. You just can't do that when you're streaming. Just like with PSVR, you can't stream in 1080p with PSVR active. It has to be 720 or less. So, all right. So see you, EK. Appreciate you stopping by and checking out the book. That is awesome. Again, as I said when answering JL's question, probably we'll do a stream tomorrow late afternoon. Kind of depends on if I have to go pick up the cat or not, and if so, at what time. I'm assuming he's able to come home. And then probably the same thing Thursday, but I have to be done in both cases by about 7:30 Eastern. So probably we're talking about 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock-ish, maybe an hour, give or take. And then on Friday, I can't imagine having the chance to do a stream. Saturday, I may, but it would have to be before about 2 o'clock Eastern. Sunday could be almost any time. But then at some point within that time frame, I'm probably going to wind up trying to get with Michael to record about Battlefront on Cloud City Casino. And the Blackhawks are getting their butts kicked. Fantastic. Damn it. So, yes. So, tomorrow around, 5:30 Eastern? That's probably around the time that I'd be doing it. 5:30 Eastern or 6 o'clock or something like that, so I can make sure to be done by 7:30. It really just depends on... when stuff starts to die down with my students. Usually things start to slow down at about 3:30 or 4 because they're going home, they're eating lunch or eating dinner and stuff like that, and then it really doesn't pick up again until right before about 8, and even then it's only a handful of students who usually don't need a lot of assistance, so I just can monitor it from here. So we'll see. So thanks, guys. I appreciate it. I'm going to head out of here, and if you get a chance, you know, jump on some Battlefront. We'll do one quick thing before, as I'm finishing up. Don't forget, of course, there's new stuff also on the channel. The project update is on the channel now, as is a new video From the Star Wars Home Video Library about the despecialized editions and similar projects and my thoughts on them and why they don't get covered mostly on the show. Let's open that Starfighter crate before I go. Watch it turn out to be crap. It'll be crap. Alright, I got at least one uncommon. Wah, wah, but I got 5 things instead of 4. Improved shot grenade. Poe Dameron engine upgrade, but I already had it. Yoda's engine upgrade. Crafting parts and engine upgrade. Okay, so there's the upgrade. That's not a duplicate. That was a duplicate of the other one. interesting there. So, hey, at least I got something there. In the stream, on a positive note, at least he got something. And I just unlocked a uncommon rarity crafting and something else for, you know, something. Probably for a Poe or something. All right, folks, I will catch you later. Thank you for watching. May the Force be with you. And I'll be streaming, hopefully again, tomorrow afternoon. Thanks.